There's Alfred on the Grom. This is a 2014 Honda Grom. Oh my God, seeing it in person is so awesome. How's it going, Alfred? So, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna go over the mods real quick. It's got the Chinese levers, adjustable, sort of like my Pazzos. They're shorties. It's got the lower Honda bars, a little bit more sporty feel. And of course, the coup de grace, a Yosh pipe. Look at that sexy beast. The RS9 on the Grom. You mind if I take a seat?
No problem.
Alright, this is my first sit on the Grom. I wonder if I can flat foot it. Oh my God, this is what a normal person feels like. Oh my God, that's so cool. It's like, whoop, everything's down there instead of out here. Levers are adjustable, which is very cool. It's so light, oh my gosh. I can't even flat foot it. But I don't flat foot a lot of bikes. And of course they gotta make sure there's clearance. It feels like a little mini bike, which is so awesome. Because I remember my dad had a little Honda mini bike I was never able to ride. To the 2014 Honda Grom, how much did it cost you out the door?
Out the door was $4,200.
$4,200.
Not bad.
It's a good price.
Yeah. Well, you know, East Coast prices are like $500 to $700 less.
Oh wow.
Not, so.
Yeah, but we get the California weather.
Exactly. The California tax, like you say.
That's true. Do you mind if your face is on camera?
No, not at all.
Okay, thank you. Less masking for me. There's no plate to mask out. Alright, Spacepod riding the Honda Grom for the first time. It is hard to get into neutral.
Yeah. Wait, rev it and then put it in neutral.
I can't even flat foot. It's like a clown bike. Alright, that's better. Thank you, adjustable grips. Oh, this thing feels weird. It's gonna take some getting used to. Oh, the turn signal is in a weird spot. It's like below where you expect it to be. I know DFC said that. Okay, I gotta get used to shifting this thing. Oh man, it's like a little motorcycle. It's literally a little scaled down bike. The brakes aren't quite as good as I'm used to. It's like a little pit bike. So 2014 Grom, Yosh pipe, lower Honda bars, which are a little bit sporty. Got the Chinese adjustable levers, which are, they feel a lot like my Pazzos. And there's Alfred here on the Spacepod Ninja 300. It's quite maneuverable. I don't know how this thing's gonna turn yet, but we'll see. That's cool. Oh, it's so like it's a naked bike. You know, there's no fairing to it. It is a little naked, as you would expect from a bike like this. I smell hot dogs. And it's got a really soft suspension. You know, it'll bounce. It'll do a couple extra bounces even with my 150 pounds on it. Why am I waving to Harleys? No self-respecting Harley rider's getting a wave to a Grom. It's got some decent pickup. I mean, it's a little bike. Let's try lane splitting. Oh Oh my god, these tiny little tires. You feel every little bump. I don't even know why I'm lane splitting. I probably can't beat traffic. Here's the dash view. It's like well under you as opposed to the Ninja 300. Okay, no more lane splitting. I can barely escape the CRV. The mirrors are just little round mirrors like on my Honda Spree. Oh, the tires are so small. It's like riding a little 50cc scooter, except it's 125 cc's, which compared to a Spree is much faster, much more displacement. So yeah, very lightly suspended. I don't know how I am on gas. Let's see what else is in these gauges here. Two-finger braking works pretty well. Are you good on gas?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Fuel gauge, it has a fuel gauge right here. Fuel gauge, tack, digital speedo. What a nice gauge for such a little bike. So yeah, it's got these little spot mirrors, which are effective. It's got a locking fuel tank, which is nice. It's kind of cool. It's got all the accoutrement of a big modern bike, but it's a tiny little 125 Grom. You know, modifying these things is half the fun. Shifter's in a good spot. Let's try turning this thing. Oh man, you can power on it and it doesn't do a whole lot. So you can just really be aggressive. I'll use the rear brake in concert with the front. 4 gears. That was an old FZ. It's so funny when you're riding a bike that makes the 300 feel fast. Let's see. I'm hitting all the freaking lights. Okay. 9 to 10k RPM red line. It's a single. More of an 8k, 8.5k red line. $49.50 miles an hour. Feels good once you're underway. Oops. I meant to do that. Cars are so slow off the line. The clutch, the friction zone's way out, so these levers are pretty much necessary, I think. Like, I am wide fucking open right now. WFO throttle. WFO means wide fucking open. It's only got 4 gears, I gotta remember that. I don't know, would I buy one? I don't know. I don't know, it depends where. Probably not. I mean, I love my 300. But, you know, this would be a great little bike for city riding, for quickie commutes, learning how to ride a motorcycle maybe. You could tell it's super flickable. It's very easy to ride. It doesn't feel like you're on something that's too small for the road. It feels about as small as you'd want to go on a motorcycle. 53 miles an hour at 7k revs. Definitely sufficient for city streets. Obviously not freeway legal. In California, you need 250 cc's to be freeway legal. You're probably going to beep the horn a few times as you get used to the odd placement of the indicators. The fact that it's naked is pretty cool, because you don't get fast enough to need a windscreen, really. Smooth downshifting is very possible. Okay, don't go too far. It's not that cars are slow all the time, it's just that they react slowly. There's a little vibration through the pegs. Okay, wrong gear. Needed to be in a higher gear. So if you rev it too much with a single, you're going to feel those vibey pegs. You know, I live here. I don't really need to ride with a group. A lot of times the benefit of a group ride is that you don't know the road. And they're sort of shepherding you through this unknown road. But, you know, if you're going to ride a 125cc Grom, you better not be in a group full of leader bikes. And that's the other thing, the distribution of bikes was looking a little heavy as far as high-powered bikes. I'm sure it's a cool group. I just don't want to be in a group ride on the Grom. Plus I'm doing a review, you know? So yeah, everything's below you. The key well is way down there. It's got these cool plastic side covers. The turns are actually pretty fun. You almost can't get going fast enough to feel the turns unless you're on a really technical road. That's a new vet, isn't it? Yeah, C7 in the wild. Now what's funny is normally I'd pass this person so fast, but there they are, you know, exceeding the limit of the Grom anyway. Alfred's just hanging back. He's a very chill dude, which is a good thing. I don't know what you would do with this bike though. What would, I guess very technical canyons would be great, but if you've got the money and the space, definitely a fun diversion. But to me, my 300 is my small bike. Now, there's just something fun about this though. It's just so very accessible. Maybe I'll feel the turns more as I get into Bouquet deeper. Now, Honda did a pretty good job making this a smooth ride for a single. They did a pretty good job with counterbalancing or whatever magic engineering they did to reduce vibration in the grips. I probably don't even look that big on this bike, which is funny. You know, a bike like this with some knobbies on it would be so killer to ride with, like Baker X Derrick. I mean, maybe it doesn't have enough, it may not have enough power for some dirt stuff, off-road stuff. It is a single though. Come on, Asava, catch up. Let's see what a tuck looks like. There's nothing to tuck behind, really. Big seat, nice generous seat, you can two up this thing. Yeah, 53 seems to be the limit. Hey Baker X Derrick, how about a 0 to 53 challenge, eh? It pretty much means you can take corners at full bore, I think. I don't trust the cornering yet until I'm used to it more. I'm used to going so much faster there on the 300. Let's see. Let's let Alfred go ahead of me. There he is on the Spacepod bike. It's funny when the 300 is the big bike. It's cool, man. He's taking it easy for me so I can keep up. Especially when you swap bikes, you want to know the person is within eyesight. I almost feel like I want to drag a foot. I don't know why. don't trust the tires just yet. It doesn't really go fast enough to slow down though. Single's pretty responsive. This would be cool with a quick shifter. Once I trust the tires more, I won't even need to let off the throttle. It feels so crazy. I think he was just letting me pass him. Go ahead. I got to get used to the little paradigm of this. Once I do, I'll be railing it a lot more in corners, and maybe I'll understand the fun factor a little better. Now that's the secret. Lower gear and use your revs more. It's so maneuverable. Okay, don't go over bots dots on a Grom. Not a good idea. It's like going over a speed bump. 6 to 7K seems to be the power band. It's funny how long it took to get to this location. Oh, lost my momentum. I'm starting to trust the tires more now. Suspension's good. I'm 150 pounds for reference, and, you know, it's lightly suspended even for my weight. But it's quite forgiving for kids, for anybody, really. And forgiving is good on a bike like this. What's nice about this thing is if you want to learn how to gear shift a motorcycle without an overwhelming surge of speed, this is a great little bike for that. It is fun, I have to tell you, it is really fun. Once I'm starting to trust the tires more and taking these turns faster, it is quite fun. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. I can't give her any more power. She doesn't have any more power, Captain. I'm like sitting there waiting for the road to unwind before me when I'm used to a certain rhythm on my 300 of road unraveling. And you know, when you ride a really fast bike, you get used to a different rhythm, a faster rhythm of road unraveling, depending on your own skills, of course. I'm going to try to loosen up a little bit and take these corners a little faster on the Grom. Now the word Grom originates, it's a surf term, grommet, or young kid, or beginner. 53, max speed. $54, oh my god, 54, ah! 55. What? This thing turns on a dime. It's ridiculous. If you're not used to it, it's like, what? You don't want to hit a rock with this thing, though. Even a small wreck might upset you quite a bit. Let's see, downhill. 57. I'm sure you could break 60. Okay, oops. We're making a left to Spunky. Now the gears are real short on this thing, so you don't want to downshift too much. Okay, Spunky Canyon, a road I normally hate. Let's see if I hate it on the Grom. I probably will hate it on the Grom because it's a little dirty. I like the first part of it though, going this way. This is always a pretty area out here. There's a nice little lake, so you got more time to comment on stuff. There's like a little island out there. See that little island? It's pretty cool. I'll give you a good view of it without taking my eyes off the road. See, a lot of bigger bikes probably avoid this area. In a car, this is a fun road too. Just stay well on your side. I almost got killed here once. Stupid truck was in both lanes. Yeah, on this bike, this road's pretty cool. Wow, this bike handles so well that this road becomes actually pretty fun because of how quickly this bike turns. Dude, it's a little dirty, you can see. You almost got to keep some speed up so you can feel the turns. Yeah, this road is perfect for the Grom. This road is scary as fuck though for big bikes. Yeah. Spunky is very different on the Grom. Way less scary, way more fun. It's almost like when you're in those little go-karts on the slick track and the track is tiny, but the carts are also tiny and slow. But it's a lot more fun with a small cart on a small track than it is with a big cart on a small track. Yeah, taking the Yosh R-750 through that road is not very fun. Not for me anyway. Old Cudger's like, hey, what the hell's going on? You got a spacesuit on, riding a circus back? What the hell? I don't understand 2014, I never will. It feels right at home in the city or in this little rural area here. Speed limits are 35. Grom is perfect. It's such a pure little motorcycle. It's very pure, it's unassuming, it's very simple. It's got the least amount of parts you need, pretty much. I mean, it's got some modern niceties, which you want. Gauges, fuel gauge, etc. This road is fun on this bike, and normally I'm just crawling through here, waiting for the real road to start back up again. I smell a wood fire. Take is grippable, you know. It's not overly narrow. Let's go to the gas station so we can talk. All right, man, that's so sorry. Woo! I'm used to putting a little bit more weight over.
Yeah. What do you think?
All right, I'm just gonna do a quickie breakdown of my thoughts on it. All right, so we were riding the 2014 Grom with the Yosh RS9. How big are these tires?
12 inch.
What a cool looking little bike. Love that headlight. I love those rims. Man, it is so fun.
Isn't it?
You can pretty much be WFO
Dude,
on Bouquet. All right, Alfred, what are your thoughts on the Spacepod 300? Does it feel a lot like the other one you rode? Or yours even?
Actually, it's a lot smoother.
Is it?
Yes. The power is there. I mean, it's nice compared to mine. There's a little bit more low end.
Yeah, because you don't have a full exhaust yet, right?
No. I don't even have a slip-on. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
And the power delivery is smooth. I was like really impressed. The one thing that I kind of dislike is the clip-ons are a little too low. So you're actually like that, which probably I'm just used to mine with the regular handlebars, but at least you don't have the rear sets like DFC does.
Yeah, I don't like
which pushes you back even more.
I don't need those rear sets. I see no point to those.
Yeah, me neither. But I like it. I like it a lot. The levers are nice, which I just put on the levers last night on mine.
They're brilliant.
Yeah.
And you need them because of that far away friction zone,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But I was able to get it to a good level. I just brought it really close. I'm still not shifting perfectly, but it's pretty good, considering what it would be. I figured, I didn't know if you want to switch back or not.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's switch back. Dude, I love this bike. It's so cute. I just love the look of it. I love the big meaty tires and the black rims.
It's so much fun, actually. After I first got it, me and my brother-in-law, he got his first.
Yeah.
And the first thing that we did was take it to Bouquet.
Yeah.
And we were just wide open. In fact, the second day I got this, there was a big ruckus ride. And me and like 12 other Groms went up all the way to Lancaster.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, so basically the gentle braking on this thing was just non-existent.
That's so funny. So, what kind of tires are there? Are these the stock tires?
These are the stock tires. Most of the, like my brother-in-law, he upgraded to Michelin Power Piers.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. I mean, I'll probably go a little bit wider on the rear because on his it's skinnier than stock, even though they're the same exact size. It's the same as on ours.
Right.
But I've tried his and there is a difference, but I don't know if the $200 warrant it. Maybe after a few months of riding this thing, but
I didn't trust the tires at first, but I started trusting them more as I went because on Bouquet, you know, you and I know that road pretty well, and on the Ninja I go pretty good through there. And it took me a second on the Grom to trust, you know, throwing it in a little bit. You know, I was still taking it easy because it's not my bike, and of course, but I got a good feel for it, and the tires felt pretty darn good.
Yeah, I felt real comfortable on yours right away, so as you can see, I was just like...
Yeah.
You know,
it turns so fast that I'm like, what? It's like turning faster than I expected, but it's...
Yeah, on these, that's the only thing. I mean, the turn-in, you have to be gentle with the turn-in, I guess, because it's just so light, and the wheels are so small that you can feel it tilt right away.
Right.
So basically the difference between the two bikes is that on turn-in, you kind of have to set your turn-in on this one, set the corner on this one, where in here you just put it down and it'll easily come up with the power.
Right.
Here you don't have that much power to just pull you up right away, so you have to carefully turn it in. But once you get used to it, man, it's a blast. Yeah,
you turn it in and it stays turned in, you know. It's like, you're right, this you can lean on it a little bit, just like when I got off of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really easy to overwhelm the kickstand if you put too much weight on it. So
what do you think of the suspension? It's like
it's a little light, but I liked it. It's friendly and soft, you know.
But how about when you brake? I mean, I'm sure you weren't really braking that
not too hard,
but I mean, once you do, because like for example, like when we were on a group ride, you're bunched right up, so you gotta have to actually brake, and you can really feel it dive. And that was the only thing. I mean,
I didn't notice anything too much on braking so much as because I was trying to downshift a little bit too to help with that. But I noticed it mostly just over bumps. It would give you a couple extra bounces.
Yeah, exactly.
But it felt good. It felt friendly and comfortable and easy. And the seats, great, nice and comfortable. I could see how you could easily two up on that, even though the power's not quite there for, you know, depending on the weight.
Yeah.
But man, what a great little bike.
I like it. It's fun.
It's so cool. I was trying to think like, where would you ride this? But Spunky Canyon, perfect. City riding. You know, you want to go get a carton of milk.
Yeah.
Take the Grom.
That's exactly what my brother-in-law did. He put a rack on his.
Yeah.
And then he can actually tie down a milk carton.
Yeah.
And that's what he uses for grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, that's I've seen that too. Those are good. Because, you know, it's so forgiving, so easy to throw a leg over, especially when there's no camera. And it's just so, like, unintimidating and cute. So cute.
Well, one of the reasons why I got this is I have a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
My son's 16 years old, and I want to teach him how to ride. So this would be the perfect way to introduce him to riding a not-so-powerful bike. You know?
Yeah, I was saying that, too, in my vlog. I'm like, if you want to learn how to gear shift without too much power, and you know, the road, the way it unwinds at you on a 300, it's not that bad, but on this, it's nice and slow, and you can really, you got a lot of time to think and to shift, you know. So, and these are great, because I can tell these are modeled after the Pazzos.
Exactly. Yeah, the ones that I put on my 300 are exactly the same.
They felt great, though.
Yeah. I wish you were able to try it when it had the stock bars, because it's about yay high. And
yeah,
you know, I felt like it was a more relaxed ride, but you know, being down lower, it just makes it a little sportier.
Oh, it's great.
You can easily, you know, turn it in with less effort than when you're up here.
Yeah,
you know,
that's how I felt about the Ninja's stock bars. I felt like the turn in, it just took too much effort, and because I've ridden sport bikes all my life with learning how to corner, you know, I want to be like this, and then the bars are so much like up here that I don't have the leverage. And on this, it made a difference between me keeping the bike and selling it. That's how big of a deal it is
really?
For me. Now this is going to feel like a race bike,
exactly,
comparatively. Surprisingly, that's not as short as I would think. You know, I don't flat foot it.
It's not. I mean,
but you do need some suspension travel.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's just a mini bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you know, it is per se, but dimensions wise, but seat height, it's just, you know, it's comparable.
It's about the same. Yeah.
I mean, so, it's narrower, but
it's lighter, so it's still good for a young kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, this bike feels so powerful now. Okay, back in the Ninja 300. Yay for small bikes. Helicopter. There he is, Alfred on the Grom. Alfred is also a 300 rider. This is his second bike, or his other bike. I don't know how many he has, but this is one of the two that I know about. And let's get some good footage of Alfred on the Grom. And these are kind of high-speed corners, so he's pretty much flat out here, I can tell you. actually ride with this thing and have fun still, you know, with a decent rider on it like Alfred. Fine, don't wave. Look at the car braking. Derp. Passing people would probably be tough on the Grom. The trick with the Grom is keep your momentum and keep it in the power band. Yeah, if you ever want to make your 300 feel quick or really fast or feel like a sport bike or super sport, ride a Grom. Actually, the Grom would be worth having almost just to make your 300 feel amazingly fast. Well, one thing is we won't get a ticket today. Maybe. This car is really slow. It's funny how unskilled some cagers are. They're so fearful. There's a C7. You want to get something to eat? Yeah.
Sure. Buy half fresh?
Okay.
That sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, gonna get some grub. So this is what a rider looks like on the Grom. 12-inch wheels. Such a cool little bike. Tennis shoes. He's got like gold Converse on. Looks, let's see, what is that? A 2012-ish? Nice lighting. Gotta try a Gold Wing someday. So that was fun. Good meetup with Alfred, a solid one. And thank you all for tuning in, seeing the switcheroo between the Grom and the 300. And tune in for next time. Be sure to like if you like. Share the vid if you want. Stay tuned for more reviews. Lots more stuff coming up. More opinion pieces. More great rides. More group rides. As always, stay safe. Spacepod out.